Happy G anniversary! It is the 10th anniversary of Vanguard G, and I just like crumpled this box a little bit. I'm sorry. I love you, Vanguard. Please don't get mad. It is G's 10th anniversary, and to celebrate it, we have the 10th, actually not the 10th, it is the 6th booster set of the Divine's Arc, which of course is Generation Dragenesis, I believe is the English name. I have behind me there in the corner a whole carton of it that I will be opening or have already opened on live stream by the time you're watching this. So make sure you check out that VOD, and if you didn't watch the VOD, I will compile the best moments anyway for you. But in this video, we're going to open a box of it, and you can also see that I recently got a bunch of other stuff. Like, you know, like look at all this like Siddled merch. For some reason I forgot that I ordered this much. So without any further ado, let's get into it. This time around I want to try something a bit different. Usually I just kind of like put myself in the corner, but today I want to kind of like open up the box on the side. So let me know what you think of this format today. But so you can see the box cover, of course, is the Chronos command itself. It's honestly like so beautiful, like just seeing the Chronos command on the cover again. You know, this was the original first G booster set, the cover card as well. So it feels very, very nostalgic for people like me that, you know, I didn't start Vanguard in G. I started Vanguard at the very beginning, but my channel really took off at the beginning of G, and it's really thanks to G that I think I'm here right now. So I feel very, very like strong connection to this franchise, or to this series in particular. On the back, you do see the other encounters. Of course, we have the Messiah, the new Messiah stride that is in the set, and of course, the two new cross rides for the Blood, as well as Glory Maelstrom. So lots of cool stuff on the back, and then of course, you have the specifics on the sides. I think here is just no art, just the logo, but over here, you do see there's 20 different triple rares this time around. We also have 25 types of doubles, 25 types of rares, 36 types of commons, 8 types of EX triple rares, and 20 types of EX commons, which are the reprint of the Stride deck sets for Chronojet and Messiah. Then we have 2 serial number rares, which are the Chronojet and Messiah, the alter ego Messiah, of course, which there's only 10 of each in the world, and one of the Chronojets has already been pulled in Singapore at the time of making this. There's 7 secrets, which are the 2 Strides, Gramgrace, Favernil, Glory Maelstrom, Vermilion, and the last one is... All right, Rodowa. I finally remember the other cover card of this set. Rodowa is also a secret. And then 20 types of FFRs, which are of course the triples, and then, but that doesn't include the Regulus piece, which is a triple rare. So the last FFR, I guess we'll see what the 20th one is. 49 frame rares, 43 silver rares, 6 SERs, which are the energies. So of course we have energy cards in the game like this that you get the G characters of. And then there's 2 SER pluses, which are the signed Chrono and Ibuki ones. They surprisingly don't go for as much as I thought they would. Before, or while picking up my case, I also went to pick up some singles because, you know, I expected to not pull full playsets of these. So picked up some frame rares of the Brancate Order. So 3 of this one, 1 of the Dimensional Robo Grade 2, 3 of the Eva Order in FR, 3 of the Die Wing in Silver Rare, and 3 of the Eva Order in Silver Rare as well. Kind of hoping to pull 1 of each of the missing cards from my case, but I assume that at most I'll pull 1 of them. So let's take a look. Let's open up the box and see. No box toppers this time. Japan doesn't usually have box toppers, but the pack art looks super sick. I mean, just look at it, right? It looks so nice. Just Chronos Command on the front, just like the good old days. So let's get on to it. No more killing time. And let's see what we pull in this first box here. So we have the Retire guy for Keter. We have the Bind Power Shield Gainer. Oh, we have the order I just showed you. So I already made a first impressions video that you might want to check out if you want to know all my deep thoughts about this set. But I really like this order. It's very generically usable in Brancate. Generates soul, gets you a card onto the field or into your hand, and also is an order that in decks that don't use orders is pretty good, I think. So quite like this card. Oh, and we got the other order for Stoichea. This one's also very good. This one allows you to choose a rearguard and give it 5k for every one of your grade 1 and lower rearguards. So this is really good in Leonorn because you can put this on something that will copy like, or be copied by Rosarium, or you can put this like on like token based decks as well for something to gain a lot of power. We have a frame rare in this box, and it is a Stoichea one, and it is the Bug Lady for Stoiraja that gains 5k every time you play a Codex order. Not a bad one. The art is actually pretty nice, and the Stoichea, you know, border looks pretty good around it too. So that's our first like nice hit for this box. We have the Altma looking grade 2 that I kind of hyped up in the first impressions, and then finally the odd looking Bug Dragon Tree support as well. Or not Bug, it looks like a weird like demon devil kind of thing. So not really too sure what they were trying to do with the design on that one, because the Dragon Tree guys don't look like that. We got a second one of the Worm Dragon for Keter. Second one of these, okay, the two commons are the same so far. We have the Sol Raron support, not Sol Raron himself, but we do have an EX common, and it is the Destiny Dealer. So this is how you can see the reprints of these Stride deck sets are going to be placed. They're literally just commons, like how we would have in the past, like the reprints, or not the reprints, but like the collab decks and stuff. That's kind of how they're going to be in here as well. And our first double rare, I'll put the EX common somewhere here, is the support for Armed Arms. So it's double rare for Brancate. It's a pretty okay card. It basically gets an Armed Arms from your drop for Soul Boss 2 back to hand, and you can also retire itself to set the like Armed Arms order from your drop as well. So not a bad card whatsoever. We got another one of the Altmile guy. He's really liking me today, I guess. But let's keep on going and see the targets. In terms of what I really hope to get from this set, it is 100% to get either the signed energies, or like one of them, or of course one of the secret rares. That would be, I think the best secret is probably the Chronos Command. The blood also looks really dope, so any of the secrets would be really sick. Okay, we have the rare for Sol Raron and the rare for, the Glitter Searcher. So there's a little dragon. Don't think it's gonna be used because Eva doesn't want to add them to hand. Ooh, we have the Argandia, so another reprint here, this time for Chronojet. And then we have the 18k base power Stoichia Dragon guy, and finally the 18k booster for Dragon Empire. So the commons this time around are actually like relatively good, I'd say. There's quite a lot of good rares in this set in particular, but a lot of the commons do have like good generic use. Coty Blade's got some support. This isn't the good Coty Blade support, but this one's also pretty decent. Generic here. Then this is a Gandiva support, basically helps you search for your mask or for like the support. And we have the new order for Keter Sanctuary. This one's really good. It's a grade 2 Soul Boss 1 to play it. Look at top 3 of your deck, call a unit card to rear, and then shuffle your deck. It's crazy that it doesn't have guard like grade restrictions. If you play this on turn 2, you can also call a grade 3 and stuff like that. It's just really good. I think this card is pretty crazy. We do have an EX triple, and it is the reprinted Amnesty Messiah. So this technically doesn't eat into your triple rare slots. It's an EX card. I wonder how many of these we get per box, but it's pretty nice. Of course, it is not a stride back like the original G, but looks really cool. I put away my original Amnesty somewhere, so I can't bring them up for comparison, but the foil pattern does look different from like the original. Funnily enough, for I guess I'll put these here. For the Chronojet ones, I don't own any copies of regular strides because I bought the premium deck set, so I actually only have SPs of all those strides. I guess for the new ones, I might want to pick up silver rares just so my G-Zone is like relatively full art. That would be pretty nice to have. Okay, we have a generic support. Ooh, this is the really good Vermilion support card, Kashin. So it counts as a Narukami, which means that any cards of yours that care about your clan will count towards it, which is really good. And basically, it's a top 7 searcher for either a Narukami clan card, including itself, or a Vermilion, or the Vermilion, like the Eternal Thunderbolt order. And when it attacks, it gains 10k for counterblasting 1, and at the end of its own battle, it binds itself, which procs, of course, all your effects. And we do have a triple rare. Ooh, it's a Kokoa. That's very good. So one of the really strong generic triple rares in this set, together with Bellicosity. I do say generic, but they only support encounter decks, but Keter has 3 encounter decks that it supports. So if you don't know what Kokoa does, unfortunately doesn't mean that Battle Sisters are in standard. When I asked my graphics designer to make the thumbnail for the first impressions video, she was like, wait, Battle Sisters are in? I was like, wait, it's only Kokoa? What do you mean? Unfortunately, it is only Kokoa, but she says if your Vanguard is a clan, so normally in Vanguard we have nations, right? Like Keter Sanctuary, but they, you know, some of the encounter cards with this like border, they have a clan. So in her case, it's Oracle Think Tank. So if your Vanguard has just one clan and you don't have a G-Zone, she gains the following effects. So you can't use this in Luard, for example. When you call this on rear, you put a card from hand to soul, look at top 2, put 1 to hand, and the rest on top of deck or into soul. And if you put to soul, she gets plus 5k. So she gets you a card to hand, she puts something to soul, which helps to set up for some of the decks. And she can also manipulate the top card of your deck or provide even more soul while gaining power. And she also gets plus 10k power and shield if your opponent has checked a trigger either during their turn or your turn, depending if it's a offensive or defensive trigger, but they do have to be on grade 3 for that. So really strong card, actually. Very good triple rare to pull. I think these generic triple rares that support a bunch of encounter decks are the ones we really want to pull. When I went to Shaka Torica, which is where I got my case from, I did look around at the most expensive triples, and the Regulus piece, the Fire Regulus itself, was about like 15 bucks, so it was the priciest. But then after that was Bellicosity for like 13, I think. So definitely that's one of the best cards you can pull. This is a card we got in FR just now, and ooh, we have the boys chilling in the Yuzu bath. Again, really love the art of these cards. Like, it's so nice that they kind of like paint a picture of Cray, and it's just like a really nice way to like just see the environment. So I really like that. We do have a stride here, and it is next stage. Okay, that's so cool. I feel like it's so nice to like be able to like pull next stage like that, right? If you told this to like somebody from 2016 that you could just like pull a next stage from a box like that, they wouldn't believe you. Next stage used to cost like $70 per copy, and it was a 2 per case as well. So those were different times. Those were different times. I'm glad Busho doesn't do that kind of like scarcity pull raid to GR stuff anymore. I'm glad it's like the rarities are topped off with triple rares and that's it. So thank you, Bushi, for correcting your mistakes. Oh, we have a second frame rare. It is a human in a Dark States 10K. What's gonna be? Oh, that's actually quite nice. It is the double rare support for Grand Dogma. So the support is actually like, the art is really cool. A lot of people like this art, but it has a kind of generic skill where if you call it, you can almost want to retire an opponent's rear guard. So it doesn't care what deck you're playing for that effect. And then until the end of your opponent's next turn, any Grand Dogmas in your bind zone cannot be moved to other places by your opponent's effects. And he also gets plus 5k power and plus 5k shield on both players' turns if you have Grand Dogma in your bind zone. So it's sacrifice glass support and it's like actually pretty cool. So definitely a pretty good frame rare to get. Like double rares in frame rare is always nice. So, and the frame rares this time are very beautiful. Like in general, I think the art in this set, if you're just like I know some people just collect Vanguard art in general. There's not that many people like that, but there are a few. I do know that, you know, for those people, this is a very good set because the art this time really bangs. So we have the Cody Blaze little dragon. He's also quite cute. His effect isn't great, but at least he looks great. Then we have the lady that is like watering something over there. A silver rare. Is it the same? I think it might be the same card. I think it is. We actually got the same silver rare and frame rare in the box. I'd say that's kind of rare. I'd say that's pretty rare to get that. There is a chance to get 2 silver rares, and we've only put 1 triple rare so far in this box as well. Also, again, speaking of art, I love this little blob guy. We just talked about him, so I won't talk about it too much, but if you don't know, silver rares are kind of like SPs. They basically are like frameless, and they have a silver, like the name and the power and this little border here, and like all the numbers are silver, and they do have texture on them too, which is very nice. All right. Let's keep on going here and see what we can get. I'm curious because we haven't really been pulling the triples too much, just the EX triples mostly. So it's just Cocoa that's showed up so far. Let's take a look. We have the again, like these 1-box challenges have not been... Ooh, there we go. Speaking of triples, we got Glory Maelstrom. Very strong new support for Maelstrom, of course. Gives 5k to your front row for every copy of like the Blue Storm Armada order in your order zone, which is pretty crazy as long as you have the original Maelstrom on your rearguard circle or in your soul. And then when your Maelstrom, original Maelstrom attacks your opponent's Vanguard, it gets plus 5k for the turn. If it's a 4th battler of that turn or more, you draw a card and retire an opponent's rear. And you can definitely make it that effect proc twice per turn. And when your Maelstrom named unit attacks, including himself, you can rest 2 of the Blue Storm Armada orders in order to guard restrict your opponent from guarding with Sentinels from hand. So very good upgrade for Mr. Maelstrom, that's for sure. There's a really strong double rare in this set for him as well. Oh, and we got Chronogen. That's very nice. Actually, like having more copies of Chronogen is nice because I definitely like to use him as a starter in other like Dark States decks, just to sometimes, you know, maybe bait the opponent, but also because I love the art of Chronogen. But until now, you could only get it from the Stride deck set itself, and I only bought 1 of those back then, so I never really had any extras. So pretty happy that I finally have some more of those. We have the cool multi-attack dragon support guy into... Oh, there's a double rare for Maelstrom, Mr. Irikrinis. So he counts as an Aqua Force, so he can be called and like revived by your Maelstrom. And on place, he looks at top 7 for a Maelstrom or the Blue Storm Armada order, adds it to your hand, and then lets you put a card from hand to soul. So that sets up the Maelstrom in your soul basically. And when he attacks end of the battle, if your Vanguard's a Maelstrom, you can lost 1 and swap positions with another rear guard. So very good support. Ooh, GG. It's still so surprising to see all these like the Stride deck reprints in the set, but it's really good. I hope they do that more often, just because I feel like it really adds a lot into the just like the accessibility of the game, right? I think if you're not going to be releasing like non-stop big new starter product, at the very least, you know, you can do this kind of thing. We have more of the Grand Dogma support into a... Oh, it's a triple rare Stride, which means it is the Chronos Command. Let's go. All right, we actually got the cover card of the set. Very happy to see. So Chronos Command, I did talk about in my set analysis, the first impressions video. That is a very good Stride. It works really well with Upstream Dragon to kind of recreate the Melum TikTok combo from back in the day. But it basically on GB3 lets you once per turn Calmos 1 and wipe all your opponent's rear guards. So they all get sent to the bottom of the deck, and you give one of your rear guards the effect that after it attacks, you bot deck it and then search your deck for a card with grade +1 of it, call it, and for every face-up copy of Chronos Command in your G zone, that unit gets plus 5k. So it's a really good card because it board wipes and gives you multi-attack. So I think it's honestly a very, very strong card. card, and just going to be a good auto include as a 4 into the Chronojet G zones, because the G zone in standard is actually 16 cards. People tend to forget that, so you just add 4 more of this and you're basically done. So pretty good triple so far, not gonna lie. We also have a Dragon Tree marker, right, because these got reprinted too, due to, of course, the support of 2 new mass decks in this set for finally Dragon Empire and Keter for the first time ever. But yeah, pretty good triple so far, not gonna lie. Like, we're actually hitting a lot of the strong ones from the set. So pretty good stuff. Oh, we have the Die Trucker, good card I showed. Oh, we have Silver Rare. Oh, this is good. Silver Rare Exilix, not Exilix, Trans-El's Messiah. Yes, let's go. I really was hoping to pull Silver Rares of the Strides. Even now when pulling the Chronos Command, I was like, it'd be so cool if we pulled this instead. Or like if we pulled it in Silver Rare instead. Look at how cool they look. Oh my god. Like, just a regular card looks sick, but dude, we actually have 2 Silver Rares in a box. That's so sick. And one of them is the Trans-El's Messiah as well. That's so dope. So Trans-El's Messiah does say that when he attacks a Vanguard on GB3, you can boss 1, unlock all of your locked cards, and then you choose your opponent's cards equal to how many face-up G-Zone you have and lock them. And then for every face-up card of that you have that are Trans-El's Messiah in your G-Zone, you give them any of your rear guards plus 5k. Really, really good stride. It's definitely going to be the go-to stride, I think, for Messiah from 2nd stride onwards. And oh my god, in Silver is just so beautiful. Not having the text box is so good. Oh my god, I really want to collect these in Silver Rare for sure. They look so fantastic. I'm not sure. I think we still have like 4 packs or so, but honestly, this box has been a banger. This is like the only things that can top this are like, I don't know, an energy or a serial number or something like that. But okay, we still got double rares. We have the Glimmer Breath Dragon, a very iconic card from back in the day. Sadly, his retrain is not as iconic. He counterboss 1 when you call him if you have the Chronojet Crest to draw 1. And if you are in grade 3 or greater, he also gets 5k. And if you're on GB3 when he attacks, he also gets plus 10k. So pretty strong attacker, good replacement for other cards in the set, or like in the Chronojet deck, I guess. But overall, definitely gonna see some play. We have the Cosmo Wreath reprint, also so nice to have PGs in this set. Thank you for reprinting PGs. Again, when they reprint the eventual other stride decks, we will also get things like, especially the Shirone Luard wave will be very nice to get like more S-Rasas in rotation and stuff like that. Oh, this guy is actually very, very good. It's like, check out my first impressions video. I'll talk about him quite a bit. We have the 8 or more soul card. We have an EX common here. It is the Bali and a triple rare. Ooh, right. It is the reprint of the Stride Fodder Grade 3s. This is the Sky Raizen, the Keter Sanctuary one. Sadly, this one doesn't really see play in Luard, so maybe in the future when we get another Keter Stride deck, which surely eventually we'll get like Gavriel or Altmile and stuff like that, then maybe this will see play. But for the time being, it's not as crazy of a hit. But damn, look at how many hits we've already had. Like, thanks to the EX triple rares, you actually do get quite a lot of stuff. So 2 packs left. Let's see if we still have anything in here. I feel like we've been pulling stuff non-stop, so I'm not really expecting anything. But hey, man, I'm taking what I'm getting. Okay, we have the Chaos Order, not bad. That's the Blitz Order for Chaos. Basically 15k shield that you can also play from Soul if you have 13 or more different Soul, which is of course very easy to achieve in Chaos. And this also treats itself as a normal unit under certain conditions, which is also quite cool. We have a Plant Token also reprinted, and a couple last comments. And now finally, the last pack. I don't expect anything. I think we've already pulled all the good stuff from this box, and it was really, really full of good stuff too. Let's take a look though. I'm always happy to be surprised. All right. Gear Dragon guy, Vegetable Dragon, cool Link Joker looking dude. Eva Order is here to surprise me in the last second. This is the first time I see the double rare in person. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Her flavor text asks her to be saved by Obscadade. But of course, this is a grade 2 research order, a first grade 2 since Eva got introduced, that in Order Zone, whenever you play a glitter, once per turn gives it plus 5k. So you can choose when to resolve that if you want to give it to the Obscadade or to Eva herself. And in Order Zone, you soul boss 1 and rest this to choose a glitter from your drop and put it to the bottom of the deck, which of course allows you to recycle your Poison and Paradise Eva all the time, meaning you don't need to run 4 of her anymore, which is also very nice. Oh my god, do we have 2 doubles in a pack on the last pack? Wait, there's so many hits in this set. Hold up. Okay, let's see it. It is the Momoke. Oh, looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, Kaworu Sensei's art just goes so hard, and it really shines in these kind of styles too. It really fits. I was wondering what evolved Momoke will look like. It looks a lot more of still like How to Train Your Dragon style. I kind of was wondering if it would turn into like an overlord looking like a big dragon, but it's looking like a chibi dragon, so it's really cute. This can't be called normally. You have to call it by its own effect, and it's treated as a Momoke token even though it's a normal unit. So from hand or drop, if your Vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, you can retire the grade 0 Momoke token that your Rarirna makes to call this to rear, and when is placed on rear during your turn, you can retire one of your other rearguards to retire an opponent's rearguard, and you can attack from the back row as long as it's in the same column as Radidina, and you don't have another Momoke on the field. And it also gets plus 10k if your opponent, is on grade 3. So very good card, honestly. I think for any Roroa build, this will be pretty nice, even whether you play like the old one or the new one. All right, so for those of you curious what we got from the box, I think EX triples might be quite interesting to some, or like the EX cards in general. So for the Link Joker side, we got the Stride Fodder as well as the Cosmo Wreath PG. And for the Gear Chronicles side, we got the starter as well as GG and 2 more, of course, the Argandia and the Bali. So those feel pretty good. The rares, of course, we got a bunch of the rares, but like in terms of hits, I feel like we got so much in this box. Hold on, let me sort this. So we hit 2 silver rares, 2 frame rares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triples if you include the EXs, right? So in terms of EX triples, we got 2 of them, right? So normal triple rares, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 EX triples, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double rares. So in total number of hits, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hits. And I'm pretty sure one box only has 16 packs if I'm not mistaken. So we actually have more hits, I guess the 2 silver rares helped, than we actually have packs, which is really, really nice. So this has been the box opening of the Generation Dragenesis. This set absolutely bangs, and I really, really enjoyed opening this box. Make sure you check out the archive of this stream where I opened the rest of this case, or you can also watch the highlights if you want to check that out instead. But with that, I'm gonna go keep on opening this. But if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.